This is Mariel Gniewoz-Weiss with Remax Realty Group, and today I'm going to talk about buying in a community association. So whether it's a homeowners association, HOA, or a condo association, there is some additional information you may want to ask yourself before signing on the dotted line. Now, I would always recommend finding out this information before you submit an offer, but technically by law, a buyer doesn't have to receive the documents that cover some of these things until after they've submitted an offer, but before closing. So here are some really good questions I think you should ask. Number one, is there a capital contribution fee required for the new owner to pay? And as a way to really add to the main savings account for the association for larger projects, they sometimes ask people moving in, as they move in, to submit a chunk of money towards that account. So I've seen it range anywhere from $0 to $2,000, $3,000, depending upon if it's a flat fee or if it's a percentage of the purchase price. Just know what that is. Number two, what is the association fee? When is it paid, and how is it paid? So, what is the exact amount? Is it paid monthly, quarterly, annually? Do you pay it online somewhere, or do you get a coupon book? Most people get confused with this because the mortgage lender will calculate in the association fee payment to make sure you qualify for the home, because they must count that, but they are not paying that for you. It's not included in your mortgage amount. You pay it separately. So definitely look into that. Number three, what does that fee cover? Now, the perk of associations is that it can cover, basic maintenance, or it can go and cover a whole bunch of different things. So most of the basic ones cover snow removal, trash removal, cutting of the grass, and that sort of thing. Sometimes if there's a community pool or a clubhouse, it automatically includes that. Sometimes that's a separate fee. I've also seen associations that cover roof maintenance, siding maintenance, window maintenance, and a master insurance policy. So you really want to find out what it does and does not cover. That way you can plan your budget accordingly. Number four, what are the rules and restrictions for the community? When you get that set of documents, be sure you read it, please. A lot of times people just take it and say, oh, this is it. I don't have time to read this 80-page document. But there's always a section that has the rules and restrictions. And if you read nothing else, just read that part, because you want to make sure there aren't any rules that you can't live with. So, for example, I've seen a neighborhood that the association forbids commercial vehicles. So if you have a contracting van, you wouldn't be allowed to park there. Or if you park there, you have to get a magnet to cover up the writing. So that's something that, if you bought in a neighborhood and you weren't aware that it had that, you would be, I would say, quite upset when somebody came and told you you were violating the rules. So that's a good example. Another thing I've seen is the associations forbidding flags of any type, whether they're American or not, just decorative. I've seen associations that restrict the number of pets you can have and the types of pets you can have. So keep in mind that although, the township may have rules and regulations, whatever's in that homeowners association, you need to follow. That supersedes the township as far as certain rules are concerned. Number five, are there any current or pending special assessments? So when associations need funds above and beyond their current savings amount for larger projects, say they're replacing everyone's roofs and they haven't collected enough money, they can sometimes assess you to pay, say, $2,000, $3,000 to go towards the replacement of all the roofs. And that's something I would think you'd want to know before you get excited about the house, have inspections, and all those different things. So ask that ahead of time. I should also add that you may want to check into the history of the association fee. Ask them, okay, well, what was it the last few years? That way you can see what is the trend for any increases, and how do they base an increase, who's in charge of deciding that sort of thing. So if you have any other questions, anything I can help you with buying or selling a home, let me know. And yeah, I'll be here. Thanks.